Hey guys, welcome to Filter Off. I'm Batul,
And I'm Eileen.
and this episode we're gonna talk about final season, success, hobbies in the new year.
Yep, we just got out of final season and it was hectic,
Yeah.
definitely very busy. And that is why we have been very MIA
We dropped
since.
one episode and then left.
Yep, but we are back.
Yeah,
We are
guys.
back for good. Inshallah.
If you know, you know. Finals is literally terrible and
Yeah.
disgusting.
How many finals did you have?
I had honestly, I had one actual final
Okay.
and then a bunch of smaller exams and projects, which were fine, alhamdulillah.
Mm-hmm.
But if any of you have taken chem, you know the struggle.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just so bad.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's like the anticipation of like I have an
Oh
exam.
my god,
It's like
yeah.
that doom over you, yeah, that you just have, and then once you get over it, it's like once you get it over with, it's like oh,
It's like you
finally.
literally enter a different dimension,
Yeah.
and then you get out of that, cave.
That you feel like everyone has been in like their own cave,
Literally.
and finally
Because
we're like
everyone's just dying.
yeah. But I like didn't. I had a couple of presentations and a couple of finals, but the annoying thing is like some of my classes were like both a presentations and a final, and it's
Are you
like pick
kidding?
one or the other. You can't just have both.
Wait, that actually is so annoying.
That yeah, because then I would like present what I was just tested on, and like it's like I don't want to
What
see
the
the same
heck?
thing again. But
For
it's
what
now.
classes?
I think it was for I took like a bunch of business electives and it's like
Mm-hmm.
all of them were like, okay guys, presentation next week and then final the week after and I'm like,
Ew.
oh, great. Let me just prepare a slideshow while also studying for the same material. It was whatever, but it's all past now. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
But
Wait, also, guys, I'm a nutrition major,
I'm a finance major.
so that's just a little background on what
Yes.
we're studying.
Yeah.
It's so funny because we're doing such different things. Like, I could never do finance. Like,
No.
math is my worst enemy.
Science is my worst enemy.
Really?
Why do you think I chose the thing that's the farthest away from ever having to take bio or chem?
I
In high
feel like
school,
you'd be good at science.
in high school, I took like all honors, biology, chemistry, physics.
Okay, mashallah.
Thank
And
you.
then
But
what happened?
I think I had enough of like the angles in physics and the forces and like
Yeah,
the
but physics
vectors.
is like engineering.
That's true, which is why I'm not an engineer either. But
Yeah.
I don't know, biology and chemistry, they were fun, but I did not want to do it for a living. Like I'm like, okay, cool, periodic table, like get me out of here.
Yeah. No,
Which is
chemistry is disgusting, so
yeah.
alhamdulillah, you saved yourself, honestly. Like finance, I don't know why people say if you don't know what to study, do business. Business is hard. Like I was looking through the course lists for a business major at school, and I was like, this is for me, that was my worst nightmare.
Really?
Yeah.
But like a lot of the electives, like I think freshman sophomore year is very much like math. It's like the easiest one. And then you take like macroeconomics or
Oh heck
like
no.
entrepreneurship. Like those are they're like easy. They're pretty much like common sense, which is why I think a lot of people think it's easy. But like you kind of like when you get on like let's say like an internship, it's like so different from what you were taught in class.
Like it's harder.
It's just like you like what you do in the classroom most of the time does not relate to what you do at like an office on like a desk. Yeah, it's very like different, I think. But
That's why college is a scam. Because, we learn all these things, but we don't even know how to apply them.
yeah.
I feel like I study for an exam just to do the exam, and then I kind of forget after.
Mhm.
So, what's the point?
I know. But still like alhamdulillah, like education is a blessing and like I'm
No, alhamdulillah.
so thankful alhamdulillah to like be in the US, be able to like go to a college, be like able to afford it, of course, and like I commute, so like alhamdulillah I get to like see my family back home and go to class, which sometimes gets very exhausting if you guys are
Guys, her commute is
commuters.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, guys. But I drive, alhamdulillah, so it's not that bad. But I have skipped a day or two just because I did not want to do the 1 hour drive to school.
Yeah. Honestly, mashallah, you're so strong for only skipping a day or two. If I was in your position, I would have skipped so much. Like, my commute is 30 minutes at least,
Mm-hmm.
but usually going back home at rush hour, it's 50.
Yeah.
But it honestly goes by fast. It's just getting yourself to leave the house. That's
Yeah, it
annoying.
is. And sometimes you just have to like get up and like romanticize getting ready,
Literally.
excited for the drive, maybe make like a drinky or like maybe get one on the road. And then it just kind of, once you're on the road, I feel like it really drives,
Yeah.
like flies by quicker.
Like getting up is the hardest thing on earth.
I'm a morning person, so I can't relate.
Okay, Miss Perfect.
I feel like, and especially for me, like final season, I felt like the only thing I had to commute to school for was like a final. I would literally drive, I had for one of my finals, I had to drive to school for an hour, take a 45-minute exam, and then drive back
Oh my
home
god.
an hour. But that was like the last day of school, and I was just like, I have to just thug it out. And I did, alhamdulillah, and my final went well.
Alhamdulillah.
But, and I feel like that's why, because I only went to school for like one thing, I was just like, it just feels like that was like all I had for the day. You know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
building up to it, all the times of like studying and everything was just for that 1 hour of that single day.
Yeah.
Which now thinking about is like so crazy. Like you spent like all this time like studying
I know.
for hours for literally like what sometimes is like a 30-minute exam. That feels like it's gonna determine your life.
Literally.
But it's never that
Like, and
serious.
the stress is insane. And like when you're studying for finals, it's like nothing else like nothing is else is there but
Yeah.
studying. You're literally just studying. You're
Mm-hmm.
probably eating like crap
Yeah.
and you're so distracted with this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're done with studying, you're like, "Wait, I'm back in
Yeah,
the
you like
real world."
start to see life around, like you start to see color again. That's sometimes what it feels like.
Yeah.
And I remember like when like not this year, but in like previous final seasons, when I would be home studying, like my parents would not literally come around me because I would be like so locked in that like I just did not want to be like disturbed and like I guess distracted.
Yeah.
But like, girl, let them like let people in. Like it's okay. Like you can take a break.
Literally. I feel like we forget, or honestly, it's not even about forgetting. It's like we don't have a choice
Yeah.
sometimes, but to just be fully locked in.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when I'm studying, like, I don't have time to eat. I
Yeah.
eat terrible. I feel like
No
my,
gym. The
oh
gym
my
is
god, the
the
gym
gym
is
is
non
the first
existent.
thing that drops from my list of priorities. I'm like, I have an exam in 2 weeks. I can't go to the gym ever.
Exactly.
How does
The
that make
whole
any sense?
semester, I've been barely going to the gym, and then the second I have an exam, it's like they're never gonna see my face ever
No.
again.
Yeah, like I have an exam. Can't y'all see? Like, but I tell that to myself. I'm like, I have an exam coming up, so that means I cannot do anything for the next 2 weeks. And I think there just has to be a balance of like you going to the gym for an hour is not, if anything, it's
It's
gonna
gonna
give you
help
a
you.
break. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I feel like we kind of have, guys, we've all got it wrong. Okay, the
Okay.
key is to, if anything, like having good diet and going to the gym and like actually taking time to like make a meal or whatever is gonna help us study better. Like
Yeah.
us studying, staying up late and not eating well and just eating
Mm-hmm.
junk is gonna make our studying terrible,
Yeah.
if anything.
Because then I think like because we don't give ourselves like those healthy breaks of like, let me go for a 30-minute walk outside. Let me go talk to my parents or let me have like a good breakfast. Instead, I feel like what most of us use that time for is scrolling, guys.
Oh my god. It's
And
actually a problem.
yes, and like I'm guilty myself. I'm sure like we both are. And
Yeah.
you guys like listening too, but I feel like we kind of reserve that precious time of like the break to scroll.
And we think that this is like, oh, I'm unwinding and it's
Yeah,
helping
I'm
me
like brain
take
rotting
a
for the
break.
yes,
Yes. Like brain rotting is my form of like a
de-stressing.
rest.
Yes,
Yeah. But it's freaking stressing us out more.
yeah. Because then like I feel like you studied for like however long you did, and then you take a break, but your brain is like still so stimulated from like everything that you're
Exactly.
watching, and like it feels like you're relaxing, but then once you come out of your session of like doom scrolling, you're like,
You're
okay,
not gonna study.
no, you're not gonna be able to like focus back into like whatever you were doing before.
Yeah, and doom scrolling has been so bad. Like, yeah, we all know social media is bad. We all know doom scrolling is bad, but like I feel like it's worse than we actually think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely, I had to delete Instagram and TikTok because I couldn't get up and start my day.
Yeah.
Like, I would get up, whatever, and then when it's time to study, I'll just be like, okay, I'll go on my phone for a little bit. And then I just feel
It's never a little
disgusting.
bit.
I feel disgusting. I can't get, like, I physically cannot start working because I know it's so boring and I know I'm gonna hate it, that I'd rather just do this thing that's like keeps me constantly
Yeah.
stimulated.
No, I have like I relate to that so hard and like a little personal story, but when I was in high school, I think it was like junior year. For context, like I don't have TikTok. I haven't had TikTok in like 5 years now, alhamdulillah.
5 years?
Well, 4 years, like junior in high school, so 4 years, yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I haven't had TikTok in four
Wait, I
years.
knew you didn't, but I didn't think it was that long.
Yeah, no, 4 years.
Wow.
And the reason
You're a
is
recovering TikTokaholic.
no, look, I will never be back on that app. But I think Instagram, I can only scroll for so long. Like, I
Yeah.
can sometimes do 30 minutes, but then I start to get into weird rabbit holes and I'm like, I need to leave.
What weird rabbit
But
holes?
you know, when you get like some like random videos that have like 100 likes and it's like somebody's backyard, those videos, that's when I know I'm in the deep end and I need to like leave, go outside, look at the sun, do something.
No,
But
low-key Instagram, like, reels are good.
reels
They're
can be really
funny.
good. And my explore page is like cute, like inspirational, like some
Mm.
Islamic reminders. So like I've curated it, but sometimes when I scroll enough, I can get
You
into the
get to
deep end.
that, yeah.
Yeah. But going back to my story, about 4 years ago, I deleted TikTok. And the reason is because at the time I was taking AP calculus, which is like a
Oh
pretty hard
my
class.
god.
I was not doing well in that class. Anyways, I had this exam and I had like spared an entire day to study for it. And then I like go home, sit on my bed, and I'm like, I'm gonna scroll for like an hour. That hour became 4 hours. And then I failed that exam, guys. I had to
Wait,
retake the
was it the
exam.
AP exam?
No, no, no. It was like just one of like the exams we
Mm.
had throughout the year. But it
Oh
was
my
just like
god.
like a exam we had like every couple of weeks. And I did so bad on it, and then I blamed TikTok for it, and I on the spot I deleted it. I was like
Really?
traumatized, and I have not been back, guys.
Wow. I'm
Yeah,
actually in shock. That's
yeah,
so strong of you.
yeah. But like
MashaAllah.
even now, I feel how traumatized I was at the time. Because when you know why, what led
Yeah.
to it, like when you know the exact reason, like I just can't go back. Like
And you know it could have been so avoidable.
100%.
Like, it's literally TikTok.
Yes, like you think you have the kind of the willpower, but guys, with social media, like we
Mm-mm.
never do. It's so hard. Like you have to just either like avoid it or put like 5 alarms on to make yourself get up
Literally.
after. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that.
No,
But
I think we
yeah.
low-key need to be humbled. I think so many of us think that, oh, it's okay, I'll get off like in a little bit or whatever. Like you were saying that we do not have the willpower. Like we don't. Like, let's say you're trying to not eat something.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a bag of chips right in front of you in
Yeah.
your face,
Mm-hmm.
do you think you're gonna have the willpower to not eat at least one?
Yeah.
Like,
Like
we have to know that we're human and we're weak and like eliminate the things basically that aren't good for us.
I totally agree. And like with going back to what you said, if it's there, you will go for it. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I feel like with a lot of people that are like maybe trying to like cut something out, like if you don't have it in the house, one, you won't think of it, and two, for you to reach for it, you would have to leave your house and go purchase it.
Exactly. So it's more work.
Oh, so and like your body's like if you're not craving it that much, sometimes your willpower of like I don't want to eat that thing, that's gonna overpower your desire of like actually wanting to go and get it. And it's the same with social media. Like
Exactly.
if you don't have Instagram downloaded, you're not really gonna go out of your way to go and re-download it and log back in and put your password
Exactly.
in and sign in and everything. Because while you're doing that, you keep telling yourself like, I was not supposed to be doing this because I told myself I wouldn't. But then if you already have it, it's one click and it's already open.
Literally.
So I
Like,
think
a
it's just
screen
those
time is not enough.
yeah. So I think it's like those minor things of like trying to avoid it that like really makes a difference. It did for me. I like deleted it once and I haven't been back.
No, mashallah. I've literally never heard of anyone doing that. Whenever I
recommend,
tell
guys.
anyone that I don't have TikTok, it's like, oh my god, like you're
Yeah.
so like, oh my god, how are you living? You don't know anything, and
Because like it's hard. I get it. Like sometimes honestly I keep it a secret. I don't really tell people I don't have TikTok because most of the time I can be aware of what's going on because everyone around me is talking about
exactly.
it. But
Like we're not just hermit crabs, guys. Like I want TikTok, but I know myself. I
yes.
actually like deleted it in January, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then in a low moment recently, I re-downloaded it
How recent?
like last
Oh
week.
my god.
Like literally during exams.
Yeah.
So I like scrolled
Mm-hmm.
for like an hour or two. And but the thing is it wasn't even that good. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it used to be so much better, but now it's like a dance here and
Mm-hmm.
there or like a 10-minute long video. Like I guess that's better for our brains, but
Yeah.
I don't want a 10-minute video. But now you can speed up the video anyways, so it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be 5 minutes instead.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was just like so much like stuff being shoved in your face, like
Mm-hmm.
you have to buy this and that, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't even enjoyable, honestly. I deleted it the next day. Even though it wasn't enjoyable, that's the thing, because it's so easy and you just have it on your phone. If I like if I just woke up or if I have like a little break, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
eating, like even in the bathroom, like it would just be so easy. But then it's like half an hour gone
Yeah.
like that, and you thought it was like so chill. Oh, it's just half an hour, but when you deep half an hour just scrolling, and then that'll happen multiple times a day, you're wasting so much time.
Yeah, and I think like going back to what you said, I feel like sometimes when you avoid something, maybe it's like another habit that you're just like not even scrolling, like literally anything else. Maybe you like don't want to eat a specific thing, or you like don't want to, I don't know, like wear something specific, whatever. Like I feel like when you don't do it for a certain amount of time, your body, like your brain doesn't want it anymore. Like that's literally what
Mm-hmm.
happened to you where like you because you didn't have TikTok for like a good amount of time, when you got it back, you were like disappointed. You were like, why is this such a big deal for
Yeah.
me? Like you like kind of basically got over that. And like
Mm-hmm.
I think when you kind of have that moment, it's really important to replace it with something that's actually good for you.
Yeah.
Like a hobby, possibly.
Literally. I feel like we have like the hobbies are dead,
Yeah,
basically.
I agree.
Everyone's hobby is watching a show
Mm-hmm.
or going on TikTok, whatever.
Yeah,
Like everything is just tied to our phones and like electronics and
it
stuff.
is.
And it's low key sad.
Yeah,
Like I feel like we could be so not even about productivity and doing the most and whatever, but I feel like we could be so talented,
I agree.
but we're not.
Yeah.
Like we could learn languages, we could be good at sports and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, but no one wants to do that anymore. Like me included. I don't want to like get out of my house and do things
Yeah.
because I'm just so tied down to my phone. Like it's just so much easier to huddle up at home and do that.
Yeah, that's like I like just realized it. Like we could all literally be like superhumans with like
Literally.
how much time we have on our hands and like what we could do with that time. Like if you like find something that you really enjoy and put all your time into, you could literally become like an expert in it.
Exactly.
Wow, yeah.
But it's so hard for us to put an effort into things.
Yeah.
It's like we think, okay, we put an effort into school or work or kids or whatever, and then our downtime is just like to relax on our phones.
Yeah, like I think there is a difference. Actually, I realized this when like my sister moved back home and like she studies architecture and like she had a very very hard week of finals and then when
Mm-hmm.
she came back home for like a day she like just wanted to like rest and like whatever. But then like after like a day or two she was like honestly, I don't want to just like be on my phone. She was like just because I'm home and like I'm relaxing
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean I need to just like rot away. And I told her, I was like, that's so true. Like, you can productively relax. Like,
Exactly.
relaxing doesn't just mean sleep or doom scrolling or
Mm-hmm.
not like laying there and doing absolutely nothing. You can, like, the gym or like reading or like going for a walk. Like, there can be ways to relax without being unproductive and like being
Exactly.
a couch potato. You know what I mean?
And
You have
also,
to have those moments. Not that I'm
for
saying
sure.
you have to be on like 24/7 run,
Mm-hmm.
but like, you can have productive ways to relax. And I think
Exactly.
those are sometimes more relaxing and more like it gives
Liter-
more than
Literally, because
otherwise.
resting is also supposed to be about like recharging.
Yeah.
If we're on our phones all the time, or like we're scrolling on TikTok or whatever, like we usually don't really feel recharged after that. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, we feel worse
Yes.
and we don't want to get up and do anything because we're freaking frying our brains. But, and I'm talking about myself, like, this is something I'm struggling with so much. So, and I've been wanting to like have hobbies and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then I do nothing.
Yeah, like you don't end up going through with things. And it's
Exactly.
like just do it. Like we've had I feel like this conversation like kind of like leading up to like us even coming up with like this whole
Mm-hmm.
podcast idea, like we both have been wanting to do something with like social media. Like I had my phase with like Instagram and Reels and like you had your phase with like YouTube. But we
Wait,
just
what happened to your fashion Instagram?
so I had like an Instagram basically that where like I posted like my outfits and everything. It
Guys,
was
it was
fun.
so cute. She had like such a good post, mashallah. It was so Pinterest.
It was fun, but I don't know. After a point, I just kind of like I didn't feel like it was what I wanted to do. I was just like
Mm-hmm.
posting my outfits online. It just like wasn't that fun for me, and I ended up like not really going through with it, and like it kind of died down. But like yeah, and I think that goes with like I had like my Instagram phase, you had like your YouTube phase, and I feel like I I don't know, just like it just didn't really click for me. But then like
Mm-hmm.
because we both just wanted a way to like fill our time with like something productive, that's kind of how the podcast like came to be. And we both
Yeah.
love to yap, so
We were literally at the mall, and then we got in the car and we were like, why don't we just start a
yeah,
podcast?
we were like, this is so
It came out of
podcast vibes.
nowhere.
Yeah. We've talked
And
about it before, but we never did it
yeah,
until that moment where we both were just like, why don't we just do it?
yeah. And see, that's the thing. We were talking about it before. Everyone says, "Oh my God, we should start a podcast like with their friends because they
Yeah.
love their conversations." But like, like, not many people actually go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one example of like something we could be doing, but usually we're not.
Yeah.
And it just happened randomly, and alhamdulillah, like, it's been so nice, you
Yeah,
know?
alhamdulillah.
Like, because it's not just like the talking in the podcast, it's the editing and the making, the Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's like we feel like we're actually doing something,
Yeah.
and it's filling our time with
'Cause
something that we enjoy.
I
It's not on
agree.
our phones.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like a digital platform, but it
Yeah.
feels like it's not just like unproductive. I
Scrolling.
feel like we're like, yeah, it's like a little bit better than like scrolling. I agree. I think it's just like a productive way to like just have a conversation and like share it with like everyone. And I think like it is really all about like who actually goes through with it because everyone talks about making an app, making a podcast, making YouTube video, making
Mm-hmm.
like a YouTube account or like
TikTok,
oh TikTok or like
starting a business.
yeah, starting a business. I think it's a lot of talk, which sometimes I have felt can be discouraging because you feel like or you think everybody's doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time it's all talk and
Mm-hmm.
nobody's actually going through with it until somebody does. And guys,
Literally.
we can be those somebodies. Like we should be those people that actually go through with what we say we want to do.
Exactly. I feel like when sometimes I meet people and mashallah they barely have screen time
Mashallah.
and they're so happy. Like they
Yeah.
fill their time with like sports or cooking and these cool hobbies, and it's like so much better. They don't feel left out of social
Mm-hmm.
media or whatever.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they'll still know what's going on because of people around
I
them.
agree.
So you're really not missing out on anything. Like I understand FOMO and everything, and there's always a new trend, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, there's no value in those trends.
Yeah.
And it's always like something recycled, and everything is just the same. It's
Yeah.
not even anything new or fun or creative or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I never got into hobbies because a lot of them are like reading or
Yeah.
going on a walk, and I don't know if I actually wanted to do those things. Like
Yeah.
I can read one book like every few years, but there's definitely going to be a hobby for everyone.
I
Like I feel like
agree.
we get discouraged because what we see online maybe seems like it's not realistic or
Mm-hmm.
it's just so glamorized and you know?
It just feels like other people are already doing what you want to do, so why should I do it?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I've felt about it. And like maybe that was a reason why Instagram didn't work out for me, because I was definitely looking at a lot of other accounts
Mm,
and being like, oh, like I like that they do this, like I'll try to do it. And I think like you should take some inspiration, but when you were like comparing yourself to somebody else and like you can see yourself not matching up, that can be very discouraging. That's exactly what happened to me. But I feel like, let's say like with the podcast, we're just like going really like kind of like we're just like talking about what we want to talk about and like what's interesting and everything. So I think
mm-hmm.
making like taking whatever you want to do and like making it your own, I think is really important.
That's such a good
Yeah.
point, actually. I feel like that's why we have so many failed projects
Hmm.
because we kind of are just a product of what we consume.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that's why my YouTube didn't work because I would just see a bunch of like these hijabis making these vlogs and stuff, and I wanted to do that too. I've also like always wanted to do YouTube, and then guess what? I only have one video up.
Hmm.
Like, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it because I saw these other girls doing it and I wanted to do it as well, but it wasn't like me. Like it just wasn't working. I tried
Yeah.
to make it work and it wasn't. And then we get discouraged. And also when we have these like all talk and we wanna do all these
Hmm.
things, it also makes us feel like we can't do them. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll just talk about it and relate about how we want to do this one thing and then never do it.
Right. Yeah, because I feel like you, of course, like that kind of comes with like you should try different things, but sometimes like if you feel like there's one thing that you like, just go through with it. Like, because whereas with the podcast, like we could have been like, well, should we do like YouTube videos? Should we do like maybe like an Instagram account? Should we do like a TikTok? And we're just like, let's just start. We just like filmed an
Exactly.
episode, we uploaded it, and we are like, let's see where it goes. Like, you don't have to think 50 steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, for us, I remember like us just being like, well, what about like when we have this many followers and like what are they gonna think and everything? But it's like, currently we're at the very beginning. Like, it's
Exactly.
about starting. Once you begin, that's where you kind of like start to develop whatever
Mm-hmm.
project you're like working on. And that even like, ties back to like schoolwork and like finals too. You can't just like start studying for everything at once. Like you have to start from like chapter one or like week one and just go down the line and go down to like everything that you
Yeah,
like cover during a semester. But
for
it's all
sure.
about little steps
I think thinking about the future stops us from doing so much.
in the present.
Exactly. You don't even know if you're gonna reach the 50th step yet, so why are you thinking that far
Yeah.
ahead? And I'm talking to myself here because I think so much about the future
Mm-hmm.
when it's like literally look at yourself right now. Where are you? What can you do right now?
100%.
And I think that thinking helps so much. Like it genuinely makes such a big difference.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Also, guys, I don't know if anyone else is feeling this, but this year was so odd. Like it felt like a filler year. Like what even happened?
Mm. I feel like it was a very long year. Like for me,
Yeah,
summer was like years ago. Like it feels like summer was like I like alhamdulillah literally
that's
went
so
on
true.
vacation in May. I feel like that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I feel
This year
like
never ended.
no, I feel like there's like only what like 2 weeks of
Yeah.
the year left, I think.
Mm.
Um and like I'm excited for like the new year and everything, but I feel like this is like a great time for like us to reflect on like what even happened in the past year,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like with looking into like the future and like focusing so much on it, it's about like what is to come, but like you want to like look back at like what's happened. So I feel like right now like I've literally
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to like what I've been doing this like entire year, because January feels like such
Like
a
30
long
years
time ago
ago.
literally, but then December is like flying by. So I think it's
No, that's
really
so true.
really interesting. So you want to like look back on like your accomplishments too and like what
Mm-hmm.
you've done, I feel like.
I don't know if this is like if other people are feeling this way,
Mm-hmm.
but before when it was like New Year, it would be so like, wow, this year was so crazy and like so many things
Yeah.
happened. I'm so excited for this new year and what's to come. But right now, it just feels like a continuation of
Yeah.
this year. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like it
Kind
doesn't
of.
feel like, guys, let's like have our new goals and do you know like that
Yeah.
vibe? That's like, okay, it's a new year. It just feels like it's a new year,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
But like
You
do you
know?
feel like you just haven't made your list of resolutions yet? Which I think, as much like as cliche as they are, like I think New Year resolutions are like a good way for like some people to kind of get,
Mm-hmm.
like their
Yeah.
lives in order and maybe like take on new hobbies and stuff. But I think like you can literally start whenever.
Yeah.
Like you can start tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't have to like wait for the new year, but
Exactly. I guess it's just the motivation about like a fresh start.
yeah.
Because sometimes that does help, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I haven't like I did a lot of stuff this year,
Yeah.
alhamdulillah, but it doesn't feel like it.
That's what I think. I think it's just because like maybe like so much happened. I just like didn't process. I just like went on to the next day and like on
Yeah,
and on.
like it kind of just felt normal,
Yeah.
and we're not. Yeah,
And I think maybe with like growing up too, like I hear that like time just like goes by and like you just like
you
everything
kind
moves
of
so much
forget.
quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it just feels like normal.
Yeah.
I think that's why. I guess
Mm-hmm.
guys, we're getting older.
No, we're not. Guys, we're like
No,
barely
we're
20.
literally yeah. I'm 19.
You're 19, I'm 20. But
But I'm excited, but I also just don't feel like it's that big of a difference. Like I
mhm.
did in other years. I feel like that's
Wait, I
what I'm
think I
feeling, I guess.
feel that way too. I feel like
Yeah.
before I would be like, I don't know, I would literally like get so excited about the new year because I
Yeah.
just felt like it was such a like exciting,
Mm-hmm.
and like it is exciting, but now I'm kind of just like not that excited. I'm just like it could be any other day,
Yeah,
and I'm
literally.
still like living my life, alhamdulillah.
Literally. I just got like an epiphany. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like and it's funny because I'm like, oh, I just got an epiphany and I'm about to say the most normal thing
Okay.
ever. But I feel like we're feeling this way because before, obviously when we were like a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
It feels funny to say younger, but we are young.
We are,
Well, you
yeah.
know what I mean. From the beginning of the year to the end of the year, we changed so much
Mm-hmm.
that it was like, oh, we're starting this new year as this new person that I changed
Yeah.
into. Like when I used to, I don't know, like in high school, you kind of changed every year, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you had phases and stuff. So it was like you went through like 30 phases in one year.
Yeah.
So and then you're like going into the new year as like a different person who went through all of these phases. But because because we're more stable now, like obviously we're still changing a
Yeah.
lot, but it's kind of more like internal things about yourself,
Yeah.
that it doesn't feel like a lot happened
Yeah.
because we're kind of still the same people that we were at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like different, like small changes, I guess,
Wait,
where it doesn't feel like a lot happened.
I think I see, like, definitely relate to that because I think, like, going back to, like, thinking of, like, maybe high school,
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, every year felt so different from each other. Like,
Literally.
freshman year and then sophomore and then, like, junior year. It felt like every year had its focus, where, like, freshman year, like, you were new to high school, and then, like, sophomore year, you were, like, transitioning, starting to take, like,
Mm-hmm.
harder classes, and then junior year was, like, applying to college. Senior year was, like, getting into college and everything
Exactly.
and prepping for a move-in. But then I feel like when you become like you go to college, it becomes more about like like milestones in your
Mm-hmm.
life instead of like freshman year and then sophomore year.
Exactly. Because
'Cause,
every year is kind of the same thing.
yeah, it's not really about like, no one really says like I'm a junior in college or I'm a senior in college. Everyone's kind of just like I'm like 20, I'm 21, I'm like
Yeah,
doing this.
that's
I
so
think
true.
school becomes the lesser defining characters
Mm-hmm.
of like who you are. In high school, that's kind of like you're a student. But in college, you can be a student. You could be maybe like get a job and you're like
Mm-hmm.
working. You could be
Internship, you could be a
internship.
wife.
You could be a wife. You could be a fiance. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
So I think like a lot of it comes down to like you take on new kind of titles, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is cool.
Yeah.
So that's why college, because like you go through like a final season where like you're defined by like school. I feel like kind of the older you get, that kind of becomes the less of the case where like you're
Mm-hmm.
not defined by a class or like a year in
Yeah.
college.
Because we're prepping for things that are like way more important.
Yeah.
Like a job where it doesn't really matter every single grade that you've ever gotten,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or if you're getting married or something, like these huge like life milestones or like moving
Yeah.
out or all of these things, like they're just like a lot more important.
Or like even they're like equally or like more important than like
Yeah.
school and grades and
Yeah.
everything.
Like obviously school is so important,
Yeah.
but it's more about realizing that we don't have to be so focused on school where it's literally taking up our whole lives where we don't have time for family or freaking food or gym or
Yeah.
hobbies or any of these things. Like
Mhm.
we're just kind of in this like little bubble.
Yeah.
And then people make you feel like you're insane if you don't study for 12 hours a day. Or if you don't have
Yeah.
30 internships, if you're not like have 30,000 followers on LinkedIn
Yeah, and it's like
or
I think
connections,
yeah,
sorry.
we all have like our priority and like those are important, but I think like if you have I don't know, I feel like everybody's at a different place in their life. So
Yeah.
like if you prioritize one thing over the other, like who am I to judge you for putting maybe like whatever like you're putting over like who am I to judge you if you're prioritizing one thing over the other, you know?
Yeah. Like it's obviously fine to do all of those things, but it's about the pressure that we have to be doing only all of those things.
Yeah, and like
Or and like
if
to the fullest, you
yeah,
know?
and if
If
like
someone else, sorry, if someone else is like doing so well, mashallah, and have these internships, that's fine. But if someone else isn't and they're focused on other things that aren't so school focused and like job and career focused, it's seen as like not as good and not as fulfilling, and you're not really recognized because you're not as successful, you know?
yeah, and like what even is like success? I feel
Literally.
like success is like what you define for yourself, what
I
you
mean,
think success is.
at the end of the day, success is Jannah,
Yeah,
obviously.
inshallah.
You know, so and that's not to be like, oh, like we just need Jannah, so
Yeah.
let's stop worrying about every other thing in our lives. Like obviously we have
There's a balance.
exactly, we
Mm-hmm.
still have things that we have to do in this dunya, and that's just how Allah created us and this world. But it's about that balance.
Yeah.
Like I personally feel like I don't know, I've never been super into school and studying and career and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like inshallah I want to work, but like whatever happens
Yeah.
happens, you know? I don't have everything figured out. So when people are constantly talking about it and super stressed about it and that's like their only priorities in life, it's just makes it feel like okay, it's not fulfilling. Like
Yeah.
to me personally, like yeah, I feel fulfilled when I have good grades and alhamdulillah and whatever, and obviously I want to do well in like my career and stuff, but just kind of at a normal level.
Yeah.
But it's like now everything that's normalized is being like the extremely hard worker, being a hustler and like
Yeah.
oh my god, like hustle culture and being a workaholic and all of these things, and if you're not then you're a failure.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
I
Because if
totally
you're being an
agree.
entrepreneur and mashallah, all of these things, that's amazing. That's great for you,
But like
alhamdulillah.
you might not want that for yourself because you
Exactly.
have some other area that you want to excel in.
Exactly. And everyone was put here with different like what's the word?
Strength.
Yeah, different strengths. So like someone might be here to be a doctor and that takes so much work and effort and it's like a very recognized thing and it's a very valuable job obviously,
Mm-hmm.
mashallah. But if someone else is like a barber,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh,
Because both are equally necessary.
literally.
Because I feel like
Imagine what men would do without barbers.
yeah, it would be rough.
We don't want to know.
No. But like I feel like especially with like I mean like being Muslims, I feel like there are specific professions that we are like more likely to pursue just because we see everyone else doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's okay to like take the odd path and like do
Yeah.
something that maybe not other people are like not doing
Mm-hmm.
because like that might be a need that's just like not recognized yet.
Exactly. And us as a society, we need to be
I
accepting and
agree.
appreciating of that just as much as we are to these other
Yeah,
more recognized jobs.
I agree. And I feel like with no like knowing this mindset, I want to kind of be more open to like maybe doing new things or like going down a career path that I would have never expected because like Allah Adam, you like never really know. Allah knows like where you're gonna end up, like what job you're gonna work, who you're gonna be with,
Yeah.
like whatever. So I feel like with the New Year's coming up, um, as cliche as it is, I like definitely want to be more open to like new experiences, or like
Mm-hmm.
maybe trying new things, meeting new people that are like not in the same field as me, or like are not,
Yeah.
don't have the same, I don't know, like interests and stuff as me, because you can, I feel like, learn so much from them. And like
1000%.
I feel like me, inshallah, like pursuing a career in finance, like you can be in a bubble where like everyone around you is like so finance focused, and like everyone
Mm-hmm.
around you is like that's all they talk about, and like it can become very dull. So I feel like I want to like keep reminding myself, but like that, like there are other things I could do within that
Yeah.
world, outside of that world, like inshallah, who knows, like become an entrepreneur, become a teacher, like whatever it may be. I like want to be more open to it. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be put where like society tells me I'll be most successful, because what is success again? Like
Literally.
I want
No,
to
that was
find
so beautifully
I
put.
want to find my own definition of success and pursue that. That is my kind of,
Wow.
I don't know, new like memo.
I think that's a really good thing, mashallah. It's so easy to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, A, B, and C, whatever. But at the end of the day, like you said, we don't always have control over what we're gonna do. You know, we have to leave that to Allah subhanahu
Mm-hmm.
wa ta'ala. And it's so much easier for us to just be accepting of that instead of trying to be in control all the time,
Yep.
you know? Also, me and Island are so like based on our vibe and how we're feeling type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we don't want to go out, we'll be like, "Hey, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not going to go out."
Yeah.
But I think for myself, I really want my goal, one of my goals is to be also more open to leaving the house.
Mm.
Because sometimes, when you're not in the mood to go out and then you go and you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
If I stayed at home, I would have kept feeling like crap. So I think just getting myself out of the house as much as I can,
Mm-hmm.
even just for a little bit, or like just seeing more people, and
Yeah.
because it genuinely makes a difference. Like we're social
Beings.
beings. And obviously, like I see my family at home, but it's also really good to meet new people and start new things. Like what we were talking about, like hobbies, like I actually want to follow through with them. And that's not to be like, oh, I'm gonna have like 10 new hobbies and I'm gonna bake every single week, but it's more about having a fulfilling life, and everyone
Yeah.
needs to know what that means to them because it could be different for everyone.
It
Like
will
you can
be different for everyone,
exactly, you
100%.
can have one new hobby and it changes your whole life, and that's something you stick to forever. Or you can try 30 new hobbies in 1 year and you don't like any of them, or you just keep some of them. But it's just about like trying and feeling like we're actually taking advantage of the time that we have here,
I
so that we
agree.
don't regret it or look back and be like, what the heck did I do in my youth?
Yeah.
When we're older and like let's say we have kids and a family and we can't really do much, or like obviously you still can, but it's not like the luxury of the time that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we look back and what did we do?
Yeah,
Go
because
on TikTok?
no,
Like that's so
literally.
sad.
Because I feel like we think we're so busy right now, but
Oh my
adults look
God.
at us and they're like, guys, you don't have a full time job, you don't have
Exactly.
kids, you don't have responsibilities. Like, they
And
look
we're
at us
lucky.
like we have all the time in the world. Because when you really think about it, we do. We have the most amount of time right now during our youth. So,
Exactly.
like, we have to, like, use it, abuse it to the max, I feel
Literally.
like.
And like have cool activities and
Yeah.
hobbies, and maybe you take that into adulthood with you,
And if
and
you
that's
don't,
something that
like, you
sticks.
still learned while you were trying to, like, while you were trying the new thing out, you still, like, learned.
Yeah,
And
you
you met
still
new
got
people.
up and you challenged yourself and you did something like new. Like I feel like we've just as a society become like really comfortable,
Very, yeah.
and we just don't like challenging ourselves anymore. And I
No.
can say that about myself, and I definitely want to challenge myself for sure.
Yeah.
And not always like have to be in my zone and in my bubble and be so comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honestly excited.
Inshallah.
We always say like new year, new me, and like
Yeah.
it's so annoying, but low key, new year, new me.
Low key, we gotta lock in, everyone, guys.
Yeah, but also not to have pressure and be like, okay, I have to do a billion things. Like it should be fun.
Yeah. And some things I feel like kind of you get a calling to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I have the urge to just like bake for like the
Literally,
entire day.
literally.
And like obviously that's like a hobby, but it doesn't have to be like an everyday or an every week
Mm-hmm.
thing. Sometimes you like get the urge, but I think what's important is like when you start to see yourself not getting an urge to do anything for a long period of time, that's where you have to like
Go
push
out.
yourself a little
Exactly.
bit. Because yes, sometimes you get like a sudden motivation. It's like great, and you're like, I wish I always were like this. But
Mm-hmm.
you're not always gonna have that sudden urge.
Literally.
But you have to recognize in those moments that you have to force yourself kind of into doing
Mm-hmm.
things, and then your mind will get into it, and then you'll have the same enjoyment as you would
Exactly.
if it kind of naturally came over you, you know? Because sometimes, let's say, like, I don't feel like baking, but I want to, like, have an event, or, like, my family wants something. Like, once I get in the groove, I'm like, okay, like, this is fun. Like, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah,
So it's really about that.
mm-hmm. And you get to like try new things and like,
Yeah.
with like baking and cooking, you can literally choose any recipe and do it. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Or you could even buy like, I don't know, a craft kit or something
Mm-hmm.
online. Like I have this like little coaster making thing and then you like stick beads on it and it makes like a cute
Ooh.
coaster.
Yeah.
And literally I've had it for almost a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I did it a little bit once. I didn't even finish one coaster and it's sitting in my closet.
Yeah.
Like that's low-key
Maybe
so
that's
sad.
maybe that's a new hobby for you. Get back into the coaster making.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I hope you enjoyed this one. It was definitely more laid back and chill.
Yeah, we just like really wanted like kind of to get ourselves in line and like
No, this for sure
inspire
helped
like
me.
yeah, no, me too. I'm like motivated now. I'm
Me
like,
too.
get up, run a mile.
Watch when you leave. I'm just gonna go watch some YouTube
No,
instead.
you are not. You're gonna bring that
I'm
coaster
gonna
out.
do the coasters
Yes.
tonight, all of them.
Yeah, you are. But guys, that kind of wraps up. Inshallah, you took something away from
Yeah.
our little conversation.
Maybe you're starting a new hobby as you're listening to this. You're on
Yeah.
a walk.
And this is your sign to keep it up.
Yeah, or you're making a coaster.
Yeah, or you're baking.
And if you're not doing any of those,
You're de-stressing from finals. Or from a day at work.
yeah.
Whatever you're doing.
Or you're scrolling on TikTok, so get your lazy butt up and do something.
Yes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you at our next episode.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thanks
Bye.
for listening.
Bye.
Happy New Year.